We are live.
Hey, welcome to our GURPS Hammer campaign. I am Rigel, your GM for this wild and crazy expedition here.
It's been a
This
while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been. This campaign will be utilizing the GURPS rule set, but will be set in the Empire of Man, which is found in the Warhammer Fantasy role-playing setting. In addition to our live streams on Twitch, this and all future sessions will be also available on YouTube and as audio podcasts. Links will be found in the descriptions. Before we begin, I figured some commentary is probably needed for the setting of Warhammer Fantasy, or in our case, GURPS Hammer. And I always feel like I need to add an exclamation point at the end of that. The greatest nation of this world is the Empire of Man. It is very similar to the Holy Roman Empire of our world, so it's like TL4. Although while the HRE was neither Holy nor Roman nor an empire, the Empire of Man is at least two of those. It is an electoral monarchy composed of semi-autonomous feudal states called electoral provinces. The empire itself was forged about 2,500 years ago by the warrior king and later ascended deity Sigmar Heldenhammer. I have seen him jokingly referred to online as Jesus Christ if he was Conan the Barbarian, which is probably accurate. He vanished about 50 years into his reign and has since become the patron deity of the empire. The setting itself is reminiscent of Renaissance Europe. So, like I said earlier, GURPS TL4. Gunpowder and the printing press are relatively new inventions, which allows the imperial armies to, march to meet various enemies with muskets and cannons. So, woohoo! And books are also becoming rather commonplace. Disease and death are still fairly rampant. Most people still don't venture very far from where they're born. And everyone is very much aware of where they are in the social hierarchy. So a stupid peasant who mouths off to a highborn noble will be kind of lucky to get off with just a flogging. So those of you who have smart mouths, I'm kind of looking in your direction there, Brian, with your character. Keep that in mind. In other medieval fantasy RPGs, the PCs are playing the heroic characters who are out to slay the dragon, rescue the princess, etc., etc. In GURPS Hammer, you're kind of sort of at the bottom of the social hierarchy. So slogging through mud, blood, and shit, and hopefully you don't die down there. The core campaign at the heart of this is called The Enemy Within, and it is generally considered a classic. It was originally published between 1986 and 1989, so that kind of dates it. But we'll be using the modern revised version with my own rather significant tweaks and changes, of course. It's 5-part campaign, and it is fairly large or fairly long. So let's see if we can actually get there. Regarding the various rules, we are going to be a bit more crunchy than usual. The deleting rules from the books are completely in play. So I have this, as I've just shared, there's a shared note already covering this sort of stuff. And I may need to be occasionally reminded about these rules because we don't use them all that often. So we're going to totally appoint Mr. OCD Gigerman to keep that in mind.
Depends on how much coffee he's had.
Question?
Yep.
In terms of, so we're talking about bleeding, and are the, how common, we were talking about magic earlier, but how common would be magical healing? I mean, my guy's not a magical healer, but, are we kind of relying a lot on our first aid? Or are we like, yes, hey, go cast heal, minor heal, and you're good to go?
Yes, you will be probably relying fairly heavily on your first aid, unless you manage to get a PC dead and replace that PC with a priest or priestess of Shalia, who is like the goddess of mercy and healing, which, hey, that sort of stuff's right up her bailiwick.
Okay.
There are other various magical healings, but they're generally not as effective, and sometimes they may come with added costs, which may be like, oh yeah, I can heal this, but. And speaking of magic, we are also going to be utilizing the threshold limited magic option, which comes from thaumatology for spellcasting. Here we go. There's another shared note on this. Currently, only 2 of the players really need to worry about this at the moment. That would be Christoph and Infus. However, it is entirely possible that someone else may need to do this. This effectively eliminates actual fatigue costs for a spell. However, you keep a running tally. And once you reach a certain point, I think it is 31, I believe, or it's 30. Yeah, it's like if you exceed 30, which is the standard threshold, that's when bad things start to really happen, because there's a whole calamity table and everything for that. I'm trying to remember what my favorite calamity table was. Wizard permanently loses the ability to cast spells. So it's like, oh, and then in addition, it must make a health -6, and fail is consumed in a backlash of magical energy and explodes. Good times.
I love it.
Due to the setting, there are 4 ruinous powers that are basically like the chaos gods. And as a result of these ruinous powers, there is always an ever-present threat of corruption. And I have a release or shared note there for that. Anybody wants to glance over it. This comes from Horror. I hate that word. It's so hard to say. So I'm essentially using that mechanic in that. With the one difference is, actually, I don't know if it is a difference or if that's set. But currently, the GM's the only one that's going to know what your corruption point level is, and depending upon the more corruption you get, you're an asshole, or straight up mutations may occur where you could become a mutant with, I don't know, 2 heads. By the way, you don't want to do that. And then finally, for the human characters, we have the Dooming, which I see nobody actually did look into. Basically, what happens in this case is at the age of 10, a priest of Mor, who's the god of death, I believe, and some other stuff. You were a priest of Mor called a doomsayer, came and took the human children aside to foretell roughly how you were going to die. And that's a lovely setting for something for a 10-year-old, right? So each human PC is going to need to come up with a suitable dooming. I have a link here which I'm going to paste, so you could totally look over some of the examples to see how it works, and that will replace one of your existing quirks. I don't care which one, entirely up to you. So, for example, "Thy grave shall be shared by a dog" could be an appropriate dooming. Or I'm trying to remember what another one was. It's like "More comes to thee when blue is all you see," and it's that kind of stuff. And in the event that your character should die in such a fashion that actually tracks with your dooming. So, for example, in that first one about the dogs, if you die fighting beastmen who have dog heads, in that case, when you create a new character, instead of starting at 150 again at the beginning, you will have your next character would gain a bonus of half the total XP your dead character accrued during play. So if you had managed to get to 175 points when you died, and you died appropriately, your new character would start at 162.
Okay.
elves, dwarves, and other non-human races don't get this option, but then elves begin play at 200 points and dwarves are 175.
Shall we doom ourselves now?
Yeah, go ahead,
Alright.
doom yourselves if you wish.
Do you have a note for the dooming that or is that on the phone? I know it was on the
God.
phone.
I put a link in the actual chat.
Let's see.
Oh, that's great.
That's
That's awesome,
yeah.
Yarg. That means you are gonna be probably terrified of getting medical attention,
Oh,
especially if you have like you seek out a surgeon or something. So that's gonna be great. You need to die if you die horribly on the operating table. Bam.
Surgery's going to be right out.
I didn't understand the dooming much. Can you
Okay.
explain again, or or if it's not important, I can put it aside.
Right. Yeah. So at the age of 10,
Uh-huh.
all human children basically go through a ritual with a priest of Moor who's called a doomsayer, where it's like there's this incense and such like that, where he is able, or he or she, whatever, the doomsayer is able to foretell roughly how you're going to die, or at least that's what he says. And then if your character actually dies in that fashion, or a similar fashion, then you gain a bonus of half the total XP you've earned added to your 150 point base.
Got it.
Otherwise, so for example, if like Giger's example, he's got the fear the workings of the bone saw. They are the source of thy death. So if he died at 175 on the surgery table, he'd get the bonus. However, if he died because he fell off of a mountain, sorry, his next character is 150.
Okay. I got it now.
So
Okay, so you have the holy day shall be thy last day. So he's probably really leery about all holy days.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome.
And I think that Enfys, his is a sexual innuendo.
Ooh, the last exclamation is love. The O word.
Enfys, an unknown grave shall hide thy bone.
Oh, sorry,
I
was
can
reading wrong.
see several different ways how that is described. And then Soren has the last exclamation is love. That's interesting.
So Enfys and Soren making out in a grave.
Exactly.
We can replace a quirk with one of these doomings.
That is correct. Yes.
Why not just add
okay.
the doom to your quirks? A 0-point quirk.
well, you can.
You can do that too.
You can add
I'm
it
gonna
to
add it
quirks
as a
as you like.
0-point
You just
quirk.
only get 5 points for them.
I'm going to add it as a 0-point quirk.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done the same. I like the quirks that I've got.
Me too.
Cool.
So, thought there in the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay game, when you are in a situation where your dooming is potentially present, you're not allowed to spend fate points to survive.
Right. We
Or-
don't
or
really
fix
have
that.
anything like that.
I was just thinking, you could just use bad luck.
Okay, I can see how you're saying that. If it is, I'm gonna have
I
to
might
give that some
aspect
thought.
that.
I mean, well, if it's unluckiness, it's just like it's one roll. It's just like it's not like you get to
Yeah, well,
get to, or the GM doesn't get to go. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again.
Very good.
What was the other? And then the last thing I think we really had was we mentioned, or it's like I mentioned the idea of using the random character creation thing. Ultimately, this doesn't matter as much right now because nobody's dead. But I do have some tables in there where it's basically I could, it can determine. Actually, let me just do that. I think you can see my character stuff, right? What I just did.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's just in that case, it's like okay, yeah. Then when if someone was building something like that and go, okay, I'm going to build a scholar and I need at least a scholarly skill with 2 points and 2 points in research, sort of thing. But that's not super important at the moment. Are there any other questions that players have for me at the moment? I fully expect there to be some down the road. And actually, let me make a quick note of that idea that Daniel had.
So looking back at the bleeding rules, let's say you get shot or hit in the neck. Those are severe wounds. It says first aid won't suffice. You need surgery. Is that correct?
I would have to look at the bleeding. Let's see.
I'm just saying what we're using that as written.
Let's see. Yeah, where does it say that it won't suffice?
Bandaging severe wounds.
Ah, okay. Well, don't get a severe wound in the neck.
Yeah, no, I love it. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, my first aid is not going to be enough. You're going to be bleeding out every like 30 seconds.
Something to keep in mind. Obviously, not immediately right now, but there are various alchemical and alchemist stuff where it's like not alchemical, apothecary, where it's like there are potions and such like that that are available for purchase in actual cities and towns. So
Now, those are considered magical-ish.
depends
Question?
on who makes them. Because it depends on who makes them, I believe.
So it's like, all right, somebody, let's just say that scenario, somebody gets shot in the neck, they're bleeding. First aid's not going to help. We don't have anybody that can cast the healing magic. But if we had the right potion, that would heal them.
Yes, that sort of thing. The right potion or the right poultice or something like that, which could replace the stuff.
Okay. Okay. Sounds cool.
Yeah, so we want potions, but don't get them wrong.
Do we have any money to start with?
You know, I didn't actually look at that.
You should have some, and that is actually
5.
something.
I have no
Yep.
money.
I have 5.
Oh crap!
penny.
Damn it, Daniel, you re-imported your character. I forgot you re-imported your character. Let me fix your stupid character. Dang it.
Poor.
There. Speaking of wealth, after character creation, I'll be using the Warhammer monies fairly consistently because I am pulling from the some Warhammer adventure stuff. They have basically three types of coins, which are the crown, the shilling, and the finning or penny. The penny is or the brass penny, although I have it as finning because this is semi-Germany. That's basically the equivalent of the GURPS dollar. The shilling is there are 12 shillings. No, 12
So
pennies
12
in a
and 20.
shilling, and 20 shillings in a crown.
Wait,
I had a
12.
thing on there. I'll have.
In the currencies, if you go to the options and currencies,
Did I actually remember to do that?
you did.
Wow, I remembered to do that.
That was good thinking, man.
That was some damn good thinking, man. Are we sure this was me?
So 12
You've even got the
penny
weights.
is 1 shilling, 20 shillings, 1 crown.
Yes. And 240 pennies is 1 crown. Although if you're toting around 240 pennies, that's like probably pretty heavy. Yeah, I don't remember where I got the coin weights from. It may have been from Dungeon Fantasy.
Do you have
May not have been.
the option for coin weight to be added to encumbrance?
Is that a thing?
Yes, it is on.
Yeah.
Use
some of the
currency
settings.
weight is on.
Okay, so your coin weight will add to your encumbrance automatically.
Ah, cool. I don't remember actually turning that on, but again,
I think it's
that's
on
some
by
good
default.
thinking. Okay, well that makes sense. Okay, so and are there any other questions?
Negative on questions.
All right, cool. So this opening sequence is going to be loosely based on the Cold Bounty by J.C. Connors over at the oneshotadventures.com. Highly recommend you check that out. And we have this little bit of semi-opening text. The vile bandit known as Fat Farlesback already notorious for the kidnapping and murder of dozens of good folk over the many years, has struck again, but this time he's gone too far. He abducted Lady Adelheid von Tussenhocken mere days before her wedding to Graf Conrad of Hopfburg. The Graf placed a massive bounty on the bandit's head, but that only caused Fat Farlsberg. Man, I'm having words. That only caused Fat Farlsbag to murder the poor girl and flee south into the Grey Mountains. Where's my map again? There's my map.
Map boy!
Grey Mountains are south. Yes, he fled south into the Grey Mountains, laughing that he would never be caught. 100 men and dwarfs marched into the mountains to bring him to justice. All of you were among them, hungry for justice, vengeance, or just your part of the bounty. But things didn't go well. Okay, very briefly, all of the characters are members from or are native Reichlanders, which is, you can see that on the map. That's basically mostly the southern area of the empire. I think, according to my notes, Jorg and Soren are originally from Bogenhofen, which is here, and is a very, very prosperous river trade hub thing, where most of the rest of you are probably from or around Ubersreich, which is a smaller, well, actually, I think they're about the same size. And briefly, from left to right, the characters as we have them currently are: FX is playing Kristoff. Nosh is playing Infus.
Hello.
Giger is playing Jorg.
Hello.
Mel is playing, well, Queen Coppertongue.
Aye.
And Ronky is playing Soren.
G'day.
Oh my goodness. He's supposed
That's
to be
not
German.
right.
Okay. So, the unexpected battle is over. There are corpses of men and orcs sprawled all over the place. Over 100 men / dwarves, just sort of depends, and orcs now lay mutually annihilated on the freezing Grey Mountain area in this pass. Nobody was expecting the sudden appearance of the greenskins. They just sort of came charging over a hill, and suddenly it's on like Donkey Kong. This was simply intended to be a great bounty hunting mission, where basically whoever managed to capture Fat Farlsbag would be able to make a legitimate claim for the 50 crown bounty, which is pretty darn significant for a single person. As it stands, now that the battle is over, you are lost without your guides. You know that you are many days from the nearest town. And let's see, you are cold, possibly wounded, but alive. And your comrades and fellow bounty hunters lie dead and or mortally wounded around you. So for the first die rolls of the evening, I'm going to need every PC to give me a soldier check. And if you don't have soldier, it'll be IQ -5. This is to determine how well you successfully endured the ambush. The results, sir, go ahead.
Do you want that in the tower?
No, you can do it in the open, because you're going to know what the results are. So
it's going to be like that.
Oh, wow, that's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
So the results as they are, if you make a critical success, you took no damage at all. If you make a success, you took 1 point of general battlefield damage. If you fail, you will take 1 hit point of general battlefield damage per point by which the roll was failed. Ouch there, Coppertongue. What the hell? You got jacked up.
She led with her chin.
Worth it.
Oh, geez. Failure by 8. Ooh. You have
Who
luck?
am I missing? I am missing somebody. Soren, it looks like.
Oh, I didn't roll.
You just imagined that you rolled.
Yep. And if you get a critical fail, it's like as fail and you're bleeding. Ooh, Storm's hurting too.
I love it. Great start.
Does DR
No, not
come
in
into
this
effect?
case. This is going to be like, general bruises. You got knocked down. You did get cut, but you're not actively bleeding.
Right.
Let's see here. So, as you are in the process of just like, picking yourself up and, oh, what the hell was that? Oh man, I feel terrible and such like that. The lot of you will be able to determine that there is a very dark storm that is brewing over the mountains to the south.
So we're all part of this party, right?
Well,
This
what's
this
left of
band
it,
of bounty hunters. We don't
as
really
far
know
as
each
you
other.
can tell, you might be the only survivors.
Other than that, we don't know each other.
You probably interacted a little bit on the march down here, but you probably don't know one another that well.
Okay, we're acquaintances at this point.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I know we have the storm coming. I wonder if I could use like survival or some other skill here to kind of see like when it's like how much time do we have? And
Yep.
Christoph wants
Yeah.
to maybe scavenge, see if he can get some healing supplies and try to help the survivors and see if he can apply some first
Yep.
aid.
There will
Alright,
be
so-
scavenging happening right about now.
Survival mountains or weather sense if you have it. If you have weather sense and are using that, you will get a +2 bonus because you're generally local to this area. The +2 does not apply to the survival mountains, though, apparently.
Okay.
But anybody can roll that if they have the skills.
So success by 1 on survival mountains for Christoph. Ooh, look at that. She makes up for her failure by 8 with a success by 6.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those nights.
All over the place. So
I love it.
both of you are looking at it, and you can smell the storm, and you're like guesstimating that it's probably like Christoph is going to probably guesstimate 2, maybe 3 hours, and with that
Okay.
by 6, Coppertongue is like 2 hours 15 minutes. No, 2 hours 18 minutes.
Yeah.
So
So
he's just like, we got a couple hours. So he's like, are we definitely, he's like, storm's brewing, folks. He's like, we got at least a couple hours before it shows up. He's like, scavenge what you can, and we need to find shelter. And then he starts
so
looking
you're
for
going to
stuff.
start scavenging or scrounging. Interesting note I discovered. I did not realize this until I was reading it. According to Raw, scrounging takes an hour. I was like,
Okay.
really?
Right.
I didn't realize each attempt took an hour. I'm gonna, no, it doesn't necessarily need to do that. So I'll probably go with, it says an hour. So if you want to do a scrounging to do that, I believe correct me if I'm wrong, but scrounging specifically states you have to identify what you are scrounging for.
Sure. Let me.
No, I'm double checking. I'm surprised. Come on, Giger, you're supposed to chime in with. You have this crap memorized.
I'm pulling
Sorry,
it up. It says ability to find, salvage, or improvise useful items. Others can't locate. It takes 1 hour. You don't need to steal your booty. You just locate it somehow, acquire it. Modifiers as the GM sees fit for the rarity of the item sought. So, yeah, I guess we tell you what we're looking for, and then you decide how hard it is to find.
Yep, that's probably what we're going to do there. I don't know if everybody is going to be attempting to do scrounging, or is anybody looking for like survivors, or is it just like screw them? I just want cool stuff.
Enfys is simply going to start looting the dead. He's just looking for money.
Oh my god.
Gonna be like that.
Can I do another roll, Rigel, on first aid just to do a quick assessment of the apparent survivors? Because obviously I know that Queen Coppertongue failed by 8, but would my character know that she's like pretty badly hurt? Or would it just be obvious?
Possible.
And he would be like, does anybody else have any healing supplies? He's like, I seem to have lost mine in the battle.
Yeah, you
that
totally
was
had the thing in
the
a backpack, and it like got torn, and then some orcs fell on it, and somehow it exploded. And you're not sure how that happened at all.
that bonfire over there is the healer's cart. Jorg-
Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
Jorg is looking for weapons and armor and his people from his unit,
I think you're the last one out of your unit.
probably.
What about Soren and Copperton?
Søren will be looking for monies and valuable stuff. He has no problem looting people that are still not dead.
Well, we got
kind of
the
a group.
proper mindset in Warhammer, I gotta say. Well done, everyone.
Okay, Copper Tongue is managed to suppress her greed, so she is going to go look for any greenskins due to her intolerance that are still breathing and kill
Fix
them
that.
and then kick them a few times. Basically, go butcher them.
All right. I'm quickly adjusting something really quick. Sorry, hold on. Okay, so everybody who has the scrounging check may attempt to do so. Those of you who are actively looking for something and such like that. And I'm also going to need a universe reaction roll from everyone. So I need 2 rolls.
Okay, universe reaction roll and the scrounging roll.
Scrounging defaults to perception -5.
-4.
Crap.
Minus 4, yeah.
Outstanding, Soren. First blood.
Oh, but there might be some bonuses.
As Søren is looting people that are alive, he'll be having a conversation with them, talking to them as if they're buddies. He says, don't mind me. I need this stuff more than you do. You're probably going to die anyway. He'll be friendly and stuff, but yeah, he'll happily take all this shit.
What does Soren look like? What's he dressed like? Or what would I stereotype him as if I had to put a class on him?
Rogue.
All right, let's start from the right because Soren went and did this beforehand. Soren succeeded on the scrounging. However, as Soren is going around in this the area as you're sort of poking, you sort of like push a guy over, and there is an orc that is laying there underneath the dude, and he will lunge forward. Well, not really lunge forward, but he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Who am I missing? Hold on, I'm missing somebody on the combat chart.
Yeah,
here.
I'm getting
Christoph.
settled here.
It's Christoph. Right. So he will stab at you with a spear. This is considered total surprise because, well, you weren't expecting that. Do you have combat reflexes? I don't remember.
Do not.
Or dangerousness.
Righty. So let's see if I can't accidentally stab you to death because that'll be great. All right. So this guy is stabbing forward with the spear. He is doing an all-out attack, but he is attacking from prone. So it is just a regular good old roll there. And wow. I see it's back.
16.
Yes. So this orc lunges at you, or sort of stabs forward with the spear and somehow misses. I'm gonna feel really dumb if I forgot to actually. I did. Son of a bitch. I've got everything I needed except the stinking orc. Okay, so very quickly, Soren. How does Soren react the next round? Apart from, oh crap, there's an orc there.
I guess he has to roll to come out of stun.
Does look that way.
Nice.
Fantastic. You managed to not entirely suck, which I am not sure I'm going to be able to say the same, because I'm scrambling to get my stupid spear thing on here. All right. So once again, this fellow is going to be attempting to do the same thing, and will succeed unless you are able to go. No, you don't succeed.
We'll do a retreating defense, retreating dodge.
Okay.
What level of fatigue are we at?
I'm gonna say you probably sat down and done all the immediately afterwards. You're probably fine with the fatigue at the moment. I should have probably looked at that as well. Something
All
else
right.
to consider for the
Then
future.
retreating extra effort dodge.
Okie doke. So then it will circle back around you. You can immediately tell that this orc is in very bad shape.
So is it Søren's turn?
Yes. Because remember, I just stabbed you.
Don't think I heard a ding.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not
So
hearing
this is
dings.
a complete surprise.
Well, everybody's sort of scattered out, and it looks like there's going to be a couple other people. Like poor Copper Tongue is going to get. She went and rolled a crappy poor, I believe it was. Get reaction poor. Jorg and Enfys is like, damn it! Why do I keep finding the people with no good money? What's up with this?
So this orc, is he in a position to sort of get up and be mobile?
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, in fact, I probably should have had him start doing that, but he is currently prone.
All right. So Søren, being the individual that he is, he will take a few more steps back from the orc. He'll look around to those that are still alive and say, "This one's still alive."
Okay, then I will jump away from you briefly. I gotta find where that was. Okay, then Kristoff failed the scrounging. Soren succeeded the scrounging. Copper Tongue failed the scrounging, and she is going
But you
to
didn't-
get.
Oh,
You didn't add any modifiers to our scrounging roll because if we're looking for like rather mundane items, like weapons and just basic first aid
Well,
stuff.
I'll get to that whole.
okay.
Okay.
So Copper Tongue did not roll scrounging because she's not scrounging. She's just going
I'm
around
at
killing.
reaction poor.
Yep.
So you are going through there. Does she have combat reflexes? I don't remember.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, but she's actively looking for them.
Yep.
So let's see. I'm gonna have her give me a perception test.
Maybe she hears
In
Søren.
this case, you will be able to add the bonus for mortal foe because you're like, is that guy actually really dead, or is he just pretending to be as you are moving through there?
Okay. What's the bonus for that? Is it +1?
+1. Yeah, that's actually a pretty cool one. It's like you basically get a +1 against greenskins, against orcs and goblins, and like a +1 on what? And the answer is generally yes.
Okay, not too bad. Success by 2.
That is going to be better than his semi-stealth. So as you are, going over to an area, you notice one of them is sort of like lurking. He's very badly injured. It's like his leg is mostly hacked off or something, but he's like underneath a dude. But he like clearly was sort of almost twitching and getting ready to try to stab you from surprise. But unfortunately for him,
She gonna kill him.
Okay.
Or try to. She is pretty hurt.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that would necessarily affect your thing. So, you can go ahead and make an attack roll. Let's see. Prone is I don't remember what prone does. Does prone do anything if you're attacking them with a melee?
Yeah.
Minus.
Ground fighting -4.
No, that's if I'm attacking from melee. I mean, if I'm
Oh.
attacking from prone.
Right. Depends on what you're attacking and what you're attacking with.
Prone.
Attacking with an axe.
Okay.
Reach
so-
one.
Yes.
Yeah, you're fine then.
That's not great at all.
Success by 3.
Let's see. Can he even do anything there? Let's see. That would have been a great roll if I wasn't that bad. Okay, so you just come over and he doesn't seem to like that and expires noisily.
She spits on him and
All
then
right.
moves on and looks for more.
Infus got a neutral reaction, Christoph got a good reaction, and Jorg got a good reaction. So what was that? Good reaction. All right. So Jorg and Christoph will both sort of stumble upon an injured dwarf who is still alive.
Ow!
Kind of hurting. And right about then, everybody will hear Soren doing the hey, this one's still alive.
We both stumble across the same one.
Yeah, it's like the two of you were sort of trying to scavenge stuff, but unfortunately, you didn't find a lot. I mean, well, you found broken weapons, you found some weapons, you did not find a whole lot of. Well, you probably did find some bandages, but I won't say an actual first aid kit or anything like
Things
that.
usable as bandages. Do we know this guy?
Yep. You saw him in the bounty hunter thing. I mean, you may not have talked to him much.
All right. So as we stumble across the dwarf, Christoph gives Soren like this look, like, "What are you doing near me? Like, leave me alone. Like, can't I scavenge? Without you looking over my shoulder." So he just kind of like a bad attitude. Grouchy.
Dwarf.
Good times.
Oh, there, dwarf, whose name I don't quite recall. Congratulations, you have survived somewhat.
Ow!
I'm not sure who won, though.
I'm not hearing the dings.
What? Yeah, I wasn't actually doing it. I wasn't actually hitting the button because it wasn't a proper combat.
Okay.
I'm not going to necessarily say you need to. I mean, there's you have a fearsome dwarf crazy person. The orc that that Soren is facing as he gets as the guy sort of starts trying to clamber to its feet, it's very clearly very badly injured. And I get to check, and straight away it gets up and it wobbles and then just sort of falls on its face. I mean, it's not dead yet, but it's clearly unconscious.
Well, Søren will sort of wait a little bit to make sure that he's not moving. Then he'll run in and, violently stab this guy, and hopes that someone was looking just at the end that he was a hero and killed this thing with a knife.
With a knife. Okay, yes. So you'll be able to obtain some stuff that can be used for bandages. So that will be the rudimentary first aid, I believe. I think
It's considered basic equipment.
Yeah.
So +0.
+0. Yep. I don't know how many people actually have first aid. I think there's at least 2.
Negative for Søren.
And in the basic can, I couldn't find it in the equipment list, but it just says bandages for half a dozen wounds, $10, 2 pounds. Is that?
Yeah, that's
sound good?
probably fine. You can just say that in this case, it's like you found some. It's like well, this isn't quite bandage. This will work as a bandage.
Or maybe even like cut strips of cloth from
Exactly.
people's shirts and whatnot.
Exactly.
The cleaner portions.
Such as they are.
All right.
So you can attend to some injuries. It does look like all of you are at least slightly injured. The dwarf lady is really badly injured. It's like Soren's pretty messed up.
Does anybody else have first aid that they announce to the let anybody else know that they're trying to help? Otherwise, he's gonna go to Queen Copper Tongue try to help her, unless she has her own first aid ability.
She does not.
Looks like Jorg has first aid.
He's not great at
And
it.
wow, he might be the only other person. Yep, he's the only other person, and he's 1 point less than Christoph.
So does Queen Copper Tongue allow me to attempt a first aid shock treatment?
Yes, she does.
We both have bad temper. This is gonna be great. Because he's coming up to her and he's just like looks all pissed off, and he's like obviously doesn't want to be around other people, but he's here for the bounty and other reasons, and he figures he needs her to catch. Yeah, he's kind of pissed off, and he tries to help her.
Okay. So yeah, he
so it-
wanders up, and she's in the middle of like chopping like an orc head or orc face. And then
Huh.
he catches her mid swing, and there's like, blood spatter and gore everywhere. And she'll be like, "Oh, thank you." And she puts her axe down.
Okay, so it looks like it's a -1 for every 5 hit points lost if we're using the bleeding rules. Oh no, that's for bleeding. Sorry, so this is not bleeding. Is it just a straight up first aid roll?
Yes. And
Okay.
now I need to remember. Does anybody remember what TL4 first aid is? Is it 1d -1 or -2?
-2.
-2, minimum 1.
Dwarf physiology considered the same.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ooh, okay, good question. All right, so rolling. Oh my god, success by 1 first aid shock treatment,
All right.
Good job.
and then I rolled a 5 -2, so 3 hit points.
More good
Well,
job.
that's
Nice.
better than I was expecting. I was expecting you to roll like a 1.
Do you want me to track bandages?
Yep.
Okay, so how many did I start with? 6 per,
Uh,
per bunch, I guess. Is that
2d6.
1 bandage?
4.
Okay.
Cern will notice that Christoph is patching up someone. He'll wander over and say, he'll sort of open up his leather jacket and he says, "I seem to have got myself cut here. Any chance you could have a look at this?"
He's like, yeah. He's like, he just kind of like nods. He's like, take a seat. And he begins to work on patching him up. All right, let me just roll again here.
I had forgotten that there are 2 PCs with bad temper. That's hysterical.
That was some battle, hey.
How many have impulsive and curious?
Let's see. Curious, we've got 1, 2,
Hmm.
and let's see. Impulsive, we've got 1, 2, and they're not always the same.
Yeah, he's so Christoph is as he's patching up. Who's that? Soren. He's like, so you're here for the money too? Like you're.
Cern will say,
Pat Carlsbad.
he'll say, "Aren't we all?"
Christoph is just like gives him that look. Is like maybe yes, maybe no, but not necessarily.
Well,
But
So-
anyway,
That's
healed 4.
mid bandaging. Cern will sort of look over and he'll see like a purse still attached to one of the dead corpses, and he'll sort of get up. Says, "Hold on a sec." He'll go check the purse. Purse is empty, and he'll come back and say, "Damn poor soldiers."
Well, it sort of makes sense why everybody was like, I want to be the guy who gets the 50 crowns. See, it'll be great. It's like once you guys track him down and kill him, then you guys can all, murder one another until the single survivor goes back and goes, yeah, I got it. So Jorg was talking with the dwarf who identifies himself as Troy, and he's got like this stubborn minor little head scalp injury. It's not actually really bleeding, but it's just really irritating.
So,
And,
4 hit points recovered. Is that right?
looks that way. That was pretty good.
Nearly got me back to full health.
And Drory is just like looking around. It's just like, well, this was not great.
well, I'll help him up, assuming he wants to bother.
He absolutely wants to Let's see. Let's do. How does that work? I got to look at your thing. So give me both of your reputations there, Jorg.
Oh, crap. You know what? I don't have that on here.
The
One moment.
positive one is 7, and the negative one is also 7.
I thought that was the case.
Just out of curiosity, that battle aftermath image is kind of cool. Is that an AI generated?
No,
or?
I found it online and I really liked it, and I kept trying to get AI to basically create that image or something like that, and I couldn't get it to do it. And then I ended up finding that image online, and I'm like, well, okay, I'll use that instead.
So, quick question.
Yep.
This battle, was this us fighting Farlsberg's army, or was this us on our way to find him and we ran across this army?
It was basically the latter.
Okay.
The lot of the ultimate plan was it's like the bounty hunters were going into town or going into the area, and they were probably going to spread out and try to find him. And then the damned orcs just came out of nowhere.
Gotcha. Okay. Got it.
Okay, so it looks like neither one of those trigger. So Drory is just going to be looking around. You know, he's not quite shell shocked, but definitely not. He doesn't look as much of a warrior type as Copperton in terms of dwarfiness.
Right.
He looks more like a merchant or something. And as the lot of you are doing the various first, how long does first aid take in TL4?
Half an hour.
Yeah, I was going to say 30 minutes. Wouldn't it?
Is it half an hour? Oh, never mind.
All right, cool.
So the storm's
we got
coming
about
up
an hour.
upon us.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
like the storm is definitely getting closer. You will
Because we
all
spent
note
an hour
that
scrounging.
you will all note that the temperature is dropping rather noticeably. Winds picking up, such like that. And those of you who actually have survival mountains do not necessarily need to make this roll, but you are definitely aware that shelter has become not just a good idea.
What
So,
shelter is available?
Let's see. So you could try to assemble one, or you could try to look around for one. Let's see. How does naturalist work? I got to remember how naturalist works.
Animals and plants.
So I've got enough geology to locate a cave to shelter in.
Okay. Let's see. That's going to be by 3. So you will be practical knowledge of nature, enough biology, enough geology to look at a. Okay, so you start looking around and you're like, thinking it through using your actual well-trained stuff, and you will be able to locate what is probably a cave that is it's a little half dozen yards up or so. So it would need to be some climbing to get up there, but it definitely looks pretty solid as a shelter.
I will head up there.
Okay, are you identifying it for any of the other characters, or are you just like, screw them, I'm gonna go do it myself?
Yeah, I'm just going.
Okay.
Well, he'll head that way, and I'll see that and go, yeah, I think he's got the right idea.
All right. So at least 2 of you, it looks like the majority of you are at least roughly heading in that direction. Jory is going to just like tag along behind Jorg, but he's like talking just like, this is a disaster. I can't believe this. Walked this close to the Reichland. Bad day. Terrible day. Okay, so you will get there, and so you'll be able to see that this is going to require a bit of climbing, which anybody can do. So it is going to be a climbing -2. However, everybody can take extra time, and some of you may need it.
So we shall.
Yeah, I'll take extra time. What bonus does that give us?
Depends on how much extra time.
I want
Well,
to take as
it's
much
safe
time
time,
to negate the.
Yeah, I gotta-
the penalty.
I got to figure out what is the base time for climbing.
I think they give a speed per minute kind of situation. So how far is it?
Half dozen yards. So say 6
So
yards.
not that bad.
No, but it's just
So
like
probably
yeah,
about a minute.
Okay, base minute, and then determine from there, and people can assist as needed.
So looks like
Well, that
4
was
times as long
unnecessary.
gives a +2.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Jorg, you just sort of scrambled right up there. Oh wait, no, 4x time. Never mind.
I took my time with it, but I didn't get. I didn't make it look bad.
Yep. Actually, it occurred to me. Damn it! It just occurred to me. If you guys are cooperating, you could have totally done the what the hell is it called? The joint stuff
Uh-huh.
in is that Brave in
Yeah.
the Wilderness? Because I know
No,
some of you don't have that.
Yeah, the question is how many people actually have climbing and who's got the best. Looks like 13 is our best.
Well, Enfys does not have climbing.
Make a note for later.
Yeah, I'm feeling really dumb because I actually did make a note of that for something much later. I'm like, damn it, Phil. Right. So you have the steepness penalty. Unitedly climb is single roll with the lead climber's skill at -1 per person who doesn't know the climbing skill. And then you apply the worst encumbrance. So who all has climbing? It ultimately doesn't, or who does not have climbing other than Enfys? Wow, it looks like Enfys may be the only one. I will say Drory doesn't have it as well. Well, with these successes, I've got by 7, by 2, by 5, by 2. I can say everybody will probably be able to get you up, Enfys, and Drory as well without any real difficulty. So, hey, you
All
didn't
right.
plunge to your death.
Excellent.
That's
Always
always
a
a
good
good
start.
sign.
Then I will, once I get inside the cave, I will cast Ignite Fire in order to create a little campfire.
That's cheating.
I don't think it's cheating. Makes perfect sense to me. He's a pyromancer. That's what they do.
Yeah,
I
so
really missed that.
I'll expend 3 points to cast Ignite Fire, which should be the effect of applying a blowtorch to the subject.
Okay, so let's see. What are we burning? Stuff.
One of the PCs, I presume.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
At some point.
Sorry, hold on. Doing something really quick. Well, that's kind of wasted there, Christoph. Critical on that. That's sad. All right. So the cave itself, as soon as you enter it, there's a smell that it's just like, whew, that's strong. It is very, very dark in here, needless to say. But as you are progressing on there, once you are able to create, well, basically a sort of campfire thing, like in the center. I don't remember what campfire is in terms of lighting.
-3.
But okay, so it'll be -3. I wish there was a way I could annotate that and it just shows all the time. I don't know how I would do that. Doesn't matter. But as you are, sort of gathering around in the initial part of the cave, several of you will note that there are some. It looks like dwarf runes that are set in the walls of the rock.
Runes, you say?
Runes, I say, yes.
Hey, Drory. What's all that about?
Copper Tongue's already over there looking at them and studying them.
Yeah, so is
Alright.
Christoph. He's also curious about the runes.
Yeah, he's just generally curious, right?
He knows magic and weakland. Oh, but he can't really read.
Oh,
Oh, he's got native magic written,
Oh, that's handy.
if that helps.
Who did that?
But the climbing,
Yeah,
that was me.
that's pretty handy. I like that. Cool. Yeah, so Copper Tongue is you actually have rune lore, so you could make a check on that.
Let's go for that 18.
Yeah, well, in this case, it's just like trying to identify it. And look at
Oh,
that.
not bad.
You
Success
you
by one.
didn't fail.
Nice.
So the first thing that you will be able to immediately note is these were not magic runes. These are just basically like it's just ancient dwarven. Hey, go here to do this thing, and you know pass this way, or it's sort of like the equivalent of traffic sign.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It probably is. However, Drory is super excited about this, and he's like, "I think these are indicative of the Jighammer line. You know, the from Davinkar, the ancient dwarven city,
Kristoff
legendary
is like
platinum mine."
overcomes his loner and bad temper with his curiosity and like, so you can read it. What do the runes say? You know, as Jory's saying what he read.
Well, I can't quite read them per se. I'm no runesmith, but I think this is saying to proceed in this direction and turn left and that sort of thing. And to the Copper Tongue, he's not wrong, but yeah, he clearly doesn't know what they actually say.
Yeah, she's just be like, "Ugh, actually," and then she'll read
Push
them
up her
out.
glass.
Point, yeah, push up her glasses and
Actually,
yeah, point to each one and say that one says this, that one says this, that one says this, and read basically the whole thing. It's basically
that's
like
kind of
MapQuest.
fascinating Drory. He's like gonna start, asking you about this and asking you about that. And as you guys are oh yeah.
Yeah, Jorg's eyes glaze over.
As you are looking at that, several of you will hear some discreet growls from deeper inside the cave.
That is more like what I expected.
And then you realize, oh, that's what that smell is.
Mm. As all this is happening, Kristoff does ask, so does this cave get us, would it take us to another side? Or they usually dead end since it's part of some sort of dwarven thing? Will it take us to the fat merchants or the fat? It's bad.
You know what I really miss? I really miss locked token scale.
Locked tokens, yeah.
Mhm. Of all the big changes they made, that's one of the ones that bugged me the most.
What's the visibility like in this cave? I guess it's dark, right?
So we're -3 near the campfire.
Yes.
So within
I
a
don't-
radius.
What's the range of the campfire? Does anybody remember off the top of their head?
Not off the top of my head, but I can find it shortly. But it's going to be some distance, though. Actually, you ought to be able to drop one of the. Actually, no. The effects are going to be still set to D&D unless you actually modified them.
I have not messed with the effects, really. I totally meant to start poking around at the lighting thing again, but I got distracted and work got in the way, and I blame work for everything. All right, so the lot of you will actually sort of hear the snarl of some wolves from deeper inside the cave. And then you will see two eyes, sort of starting to appear, glinting. And now,
With respect to the token scale,
yep.
you have them set to 80% of grid. If you want them sized
Where
to
do
the
I do
grid,
that?
in the options, scroll to nearly the bottom.
Yeah. I did not know I did that. I guess they do that automatically?
Yeah, I think it defaults to that.
Oh, so I'm going to take York off just to put him back to see how that works. That looks better. I've learned something today. All right. So, oh no, wolves. York, how are you reacting to the possible presence of wolves?
Oh, I was looking for a thing. I will scramble for a spear.
And these are very large wolves, by the way. They are SM1 wolves.
I am
So
not
they
a
are dire wolves.
I'm not an animal person, so I just kill people and break things.
I forgot it does that on the SM stuff. Right, so you are basically doing a ready action for
Yeah, ready.
the spear thing. All right, Soren. Uh-oh. Big scary wolves.
Right. He is going to. That's weird. He has fast draw sword and stuff like that, but doesn't actually have a sword.
Well, we're
Yeah,
all short of gear.
You sort of broke it on somebody
Righto.
or something like that.
He will draw his knife, but he'll stay back, hoping that those more appropriately suited to killing this thing or these things will step in front.
Okay. How long would it take to ready a shield?
1 round per DB.
So a regular shield is DB2. So 2 rounds.
So she's going to start readying her shield and take a step.
Is she missing a hand?
Yeah, she's one-handed, but she's got an arm, so she would be able to have a shield on that arm.
It's strapped to that arm.
Yep.
Cool. Grr. Arg.
Well, that's weird. Next person in the list was Kristoff for me, but it jumped to the wolf.
Yeah, because the wolf is slightly faster than Kristoff.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm like, how fast
It
does
doesn't
it
show
move
the order.
again? Oh, it shows the order for me.
Oh, I get it. When that's the dark, literally.
Wonder if you can drop the light effect on the campfire token.
Probably can.
So
I
within the
can
range
try.
of the
Or
campfire,
does it
we're
need to be in the
-3.
tracker?
Yeah, I just dropped the little ruling from Dungeon Fantasy.
Apparently we found it around the same time.
Yes. I like that rule.
Uh-oh, Kristoff.
Okay, so on Christoph's turn, he's gonna ready his bow, and he'll take a step back. Let's see, hold on. Thank you, babe. Okay, and that's it. So
Enfys will, he's going to
Or something cool.
move. No, let's see. He's got a dire wolf in front of him. He will step back and concentrate on fireball.
Rory looks around in some sort of panic because, well, miniature
There's
aside,
three.
he's kind of a merchant.
Okay, well, is Copper Tongue ready, quote unquote, over there?
She's in the process of readying a shield.
Yeah, she'll have her shield up at the next turn, and then after that, it'll be her axe.
Okay.
Yeah, so she'll be ready before the wolf goes.
I think Yerg is gonna probably do all out defense, I think.
Charge that guy.
No. Defense isn't what I want. I am holding the spear at reach 2, and I am going to wait for something to come into range. So reach 2.
Okay.
Stand by. Effectively there, I guess. So wait.
You can turn the wait into a step and attack and all out attack, right?
Right. Yeah, and I have to specify that too. So I'm just doing step and attack in this case.
In which case, technically, you would be at reach 3 then, right?
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
So you could get something that enters there. You step and lunge. Cool.
This various view modes is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was poking around. This is like, can I not draw big round circles anymore as the GM?
You should be able to.
What does lock tokens do in the GM mode?
It means we can't move them. You have to approve
Mislock
movement.
token scale.
Yeah, unfortunately.
There it is. I had to find the draw circle. So do recall, -3 for the darkness.
Okay, well, Søren's going to take weight, and until something comes within his attack range.
And he used a knife, so he's okay. Nothing's coming within his attack range unless they tackle him.
True.
Okay, finish readying the shield, and that
Your
will be it
shield
for this
is
turn.
now ready. All right, number 10. Let's see here. Is he going to do this? He is not going to initially attack. What I am having, he is basically like 1, 2, 3, hugging the wall as he's like sort of stalking Enfys. You know how dogs do that, or wolves do that. This guy is going to lunge and take a snap at Copperton. Luckily, you got your shield up in time.
Mm-hmm. Of course, her block is actually terrible. It's only a 7, unless the shield gives me a bonus to that.
2.
Okay, so it'll bump it up to a 9.
Let's see. Do I take penalties on fighting people that are smaller, right?
Right.
Wow, that means I'm at -2 because she's at SM -1.
Is she?
Yeah, apparently that's what the thing gave the dwarves. Is it'd
Wait.
be small.
You're doing so you don't just do the -1, you're doing the actual like the total spread.
Yeah, I thought that was how that works. It's harder for a really large creature to hit a smaller creature. So I have a success by 7 on the potential bite. Chomp.
I almost thought that was a critical success.
That would have been
Nope.
kind of funny.
Failure on the block.
So you're not trained with your shield. Like
Oh wow, really? I thought she was.
not if she's got a 7. Or she's like getting
Yeah,
some
she's got the
minuses
shield
somewhere.
skill. Is that what I need to
Shield is
use?
13. Yeah, hold on. It's I'm trying to remember what it was. Is it divided by 2 plus 3? Is that not right?
Half skill plus
So
3.
it should be 9, not 7.
Unless she's
I don't
got
know why
unless she has minuses somewhere in her character sheet.
nothing where it should be 9, not 7. So that'd be 9, 10, 11. Unfortunately, that's
Still a failure by 2.
However, that's a fail by 2, so that's the DB. So that means I fight the shield. Correct, Daniel?
No, that's if she didn't make it.
She didn't make it at all.
Let's see. Okay, he's going to try to do 5 points of damage to your torso.
Okay, so
And
she's
then you
got
could also do you could do like the retreating block and then also use extra effort. Just
Okay.
options for next time maybe.
yeah, so one of that will get through the DB because she's got on a male hauberk.
That's not that bad. I mean,
Right,
you're like,
it's-
yeah, that still really hurts, but dang it.
Yeah, so is it just the one or is it multiplied or okay.
Does it cause infection and bleeding?
Maybe.
Well, she is resistant to disease, so
Right, I needed to make a thing for him, didn't I? Wow, he's bold. Who is he going for? Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, Jorg. That will trigger your weight as it starts lunging forward.
Will.
So you will step and thrust. You have SM1, so +1 bonus.
And I closed my sheet. Where'd I go?
I don't know. I'm not looking at your sheet.
I am doing too many things at once.
Welcome to being a GM. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm. I do remember how that goes. So this is just a basic attack. We got size mod, and I'm not doing anything fancy here. So, yeah. And okay.
Nice. All right. Oh, wait. It just occurred to me. I have to look at my direwolf thing on her. No, it would have hit because that was moving attack.
Oh,
So this thing fails to bite you because that is capped at 9 because it's a moving attack. But it's right there in your face, and you're like, oh.
Sometimes I think like animals do like a slam or lunges.
Yeah.
With it,
yeah, they got a
with
whole
their
thing
full
on it.
attack. But 13 probably. Okay.
All right,
So
Christoph.
Kristoff is, I was looking up fast draw. It doesn't seem to have a default. Maybe that's something to train for later. But he wants to draw his arrow, knock his arrow.
Okay, so as I recall, that's going to take 2 rounds without fast draw because you have to draw the arrow, and that's round 1, and then you have to knock it, and that's round 2.
Jesus, it's so annoying.
I think that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's like it
it's
takes
3
me 3
rounds.
seconds. Yeah. So that's what he's doing.
Okay.
So for the
round
next 2
1
rounds,
of draw. Hey, Infus.
All right, Enfys is going to take another step back and concentrate for a second turn.
Oh dear, I have a pretty good idea what that's going to mean. Oh, yeah. So that is the 4 to 6 point, right?
Well, if
I mean, if you don't,
if I want to
if
limit
you-
it to that, but I could go for another second of concentration and make a real big ass fireball.
you absolutely could, because that would be really funny. I don't think it changes the burst radius that much. It's just more, although I'm not positive.
No, it's not explosive fireball, so it's just fireball.
All right, so Drory has realized he needs to cowboy the hell up and is going to rush over here to try to assist Copper Tongue. And this will be possibly entertaining. Actually, I failed to import his character correctly. So I know what his skill is. Wow. Okay. So he's going to go over there and smack it and do 3 points. Does that get through its DR? Oh, it does get a point through its DR. Good. 12 takes 1 point and I need to make a note that it is going to react negatively to the fact that it just got hit. All right, Jorg. Big dog.
Well, that was lame. I also forgot the darkness penalty, which makes it a little bit worse. Okay, let's try this again. Step back. Stab.
Telegraph.
God damn it. What the fuck, man?
You know, if you telegraphed that, it's fine. Everything's fine.
So, is there an obvious effect of the spell casting?
Well, yes, because he has to be like chanting words and such like that and doing the hand gestures. So he's straight up doing the Anu Nathak Uthas Bethid Dothiel Tianve.
All right, then Cern will move there, shaking his head. This is stupid, but he'll protect the caster while he's doing his thing.
Okay. All right. Trying to decide if I want to do a slam or just ready my axe.
That's one of those. It's like, do I have the GM look up slam? Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's on 371.
Somebody's like, I need to look this up to see how it works.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking it up. All right, your body counts as a heavy weapon.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to be moved or parrying it.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be much damage because it's like crushing damage, hit points time velocity divided by 100, and she'll basically be like she's right in his face. So, all right. So I think
shield bash. I think. No, wait. I'm thinking D&D, aren't I?
Yeah, no.
You can hit with the shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it may be. I think that may be at a penalty because of the missing hand, and you can't quite control it as well.
Shield bash is thrusting crush damage, according to the player's handbook, page 273.
We don't use the term player's handbook here.
Sorry, the the player. What is it called? The basic set.
Yeah.
Or like
Characters
pointing
and
at the
Characters and
door, like,
campaigns.
There's the door.
Oh my god.
All right. So I think that it doesn't sound like it's going to really do a lot. So I think she's going to take this turn, go ahead and ready her axe and try to like position herself between the wolf and the idiot who just ran up and tried to and hit the wolf.
Hey, he hit it.
Yeah, he hit it, but he's going to get eaten. So she is going to ready her axe.
Alrighty, let's see here. What's this one gonna do? Hey, there's another guy that's right there. And okay. it's going to spring forward and try to bite the first one there, which sadly is Soren. Or not sadly. Cap at 9, because I'm too lazy to... Oh, look at that. Critical failure.
Falls over.
First one of the night, and
Oh,
it's
actually,
on
no, it
the
doesn't.
GM. Was that...
I thought, no, it falls over, but no, it doesn't. It's a critical miss table.
How does that work? That doesn't make any sense. It's a bite.
Isn't that the unarmed critical hit table you should be rolling on?
That's a good point. Let's go with that. And loses it balance. It springs up there, and just as it hits some of the floor, it's clearly like, whoops. Now, -2. How do I annotate that? Do we still have those? Ha! I do still have those. Ah, good times. And I see, straight away, I'm rolling a critical fail, and it's like, yep, this is Warhammer with me running. Okay, so Direwolf 12 just got hit by Drory, so since it's an animal, it's going to instinctively react and try to bite him back. It's a good thing you dwarves are small, but it misses. All right, number Direwolf, whatever. It's like, let's see. He's sticking at me with a stick. Do I like that? You haven't hit me. It's gonna try to bite you, Soren. Not Soren. What's his name? Jorg. I'll get the name eventually.
Apparently, Papa's presence has been requested.
So it lunges and snaps and misses, and actually it should have been an additional -1 because apparently the wolves have night vision 2, not 3, which is kind of odd. So I need to remember that.
Okay, so this is my last round,
Yep.
and he's drawn the arrow, and now he knocks it.
Yep.
And I guess that's all he's
Next
doing.
round you can shoot, maybe.
Yeah.
Enfys is going to stay in place and concentrate for one more turn.
Shiny. Okay. Right. Good old dude's like, that's a big dog. And probably reconsidering this whole doohickey. Oh yeah, the dwarves are fine in this darkness.
Yep. Night vision 5.
And he hits unless the doggo manages to dodge, which it will attempt to dodge unsuccessfully. Ooh, -5 minus, what was it again? Minus, okay, 3. Okay, it doesn't like that.
Point of order.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've used traditional magic rules, but am I not correct that I probably should have rolled for my casting if that was going to be my last turn of putting points into this spell? I think you roll at the very... Do you not roll at the end of that turn?
That may be the case.
You do.
It's been yeah.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and make the roll. Sorry.
All right. Let's see if I get
I'm not often playing them myself.
let's see if I get a critical fail on my create the fireball spell here.
Or if a critical success and you don't use any
Woohoo.
energy.
Good roll.
So yeah, basically,
He's about
Soren
to get hit
will,
with a 9D fireball.
Soren's going to see this very intense ball of fire suddenly just erupt into my hand.
Oh man,
Okay, well, all right.
exciting.
For real this time.
This time for real.
It's not that bad, Jesus.
Telegraph.
Yeah, but then it gets to dodge.
What was
Or it
that
has a bonus to
disadvantage?
dodge.
What was that disadvantage that the GM's character had? Indecisive.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Attempts to dodge as you lunge forward, but it fails to do so.
See? He would have made it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. And have at you then.
Ow. Yep. Oops. I shouldn't
Take
have done
that.
that. I don't know why I clicked on the advance. Dang it.
Now I wonder if Kristoff is even noticing that I'm casting a spell in the middle of the combat.
No, he's probably not. But I think he saw when you started the campfire earlier.
Well, he technically sort of has a license. He's just technically violating some of the conditions of it.
Well, he doesn't know anything about that. He's just
Yep.
curious in a good way, not in a
Yep.
I'm going to turn you in way.
All right, Soren, what are you doing? Something cool?
All right, so
Apart from, that's a big dog.
Soren's going to take advantage of the fact that this beast is off balance. He's going to spend fatigue. Actually, have we had in the period that we had first aid, would we have recovered fatigue?
Yeah. I would have said everybody had probably recovered any of the fatigue that they had got.
All right, so Soren's going to do a flurry of blows. So that's 1 fatigue per attack, isn't it?
I believe so.
All right, and
Let me
he'll
double check.
stab this thing twice.
Flurry of blows. 1/attack. That is correct.
Let me see if I've added these modifiers right. And he's telegraphing as well. Both will hit.
How was it? If you're at -1,
So -1 overall.
right? So that's not a critical hit. That's just 2 hits.
No, it wasn't a critical anyway.
Oh, I thought you heard it said critical hit. My bad. Okay, I'm looking for something. What am I looking for? There. That's what I'm looking for. +2. Okay, so the telegraph counters my -2. So 2 dodges. First dodge is success by 0. Second dodge is a success by 0. Wow,
Stupid puppy.
that was unexpected.
All right, just gonna take a swing.
Huh.
Wow, that almost failed.
Holy crap!
Success by 0.
I don't want to
How many-
hear
That's
any more
3.
complaints
That's
about.
You have
3
loaded
dodges.
dice.
How many
That's
9s
3
can you roll in a
I
row?
know, right? One more. I need one more. Let's see. So he is at -. Was that just -2 for the defenses, or was it also? I cannot do anything this turn, and its active defenses at -2. Gotcha. That one has been hit twice, and by the dwarf guy, and
No.
is
The direwolf 10 can still do stuff.
no. It's like if we're. Let me scroll back up to it.
He doesn't
said
miss his
You
turn.
can do nothing else, not even a free action. Oh,
That's
that's
stunned.
right. My mistake. Your fault. So he's going to try to eat you.
Though I'm probably going to regret mentioning that point.
Chomp. Success by 5. Hey, I didn't roll a 9. I rolled an 8.
Well, you're getting better.
Is it possible to parry his bite with a knife? Actually, no. No, the odds on that are pretty slim. He's not going to risk it. He'll just do a retreat.
Complete with a girlish scream.
Yes. So this is a +3.
And that may be like, Infus may be like, that's perfect. Now he's a little more open.
Needed that +3, so that's a successful dodge.
All right. That's downright disappointing. Okay, so this guy is going to bite that dude, and I forgot to add the -2. Hey, that's possible hit. And damn it, I don't remember what his thing is. I have to look it up. That's fine. Let's see if that actually. Damn it, that didn't go. Wow. Okay. Well, Drory's hanging in there next to you. He's looking mightily, almost feverish and a little possibly panicked, but he's still there. Okay, so this doggy has been hit, and I needed to do this. And okay, success by 0. So 18 is not going to immediately reattack you, York. It is going to sort of pace around as it's like trying to, sort of looking at you as if it's trying to figure out the best way to attack, because it's like doesn't quite like those injuries you have given it.
He's gonna take a second to aim.
Okay.
Enfys is going to step back and aim.
Troy's like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And that is actually possibly going to hit or not.
Another 9. I call shenanigans.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Got
it is.
loaded dice. Loaded virtual dice.
Okay. I suppose I should press the attack. I will step, and I will stab at it again.
From Hell's Heart and all that.
And all that. It's a fucking 15. What the fuck, man?
I gave you my dice for this. Or you got Mel's dice.
You got
One
Mel's
of the
dice.
two.
I know. Though I'm not rolling too good either.
Seeing that the mage or the wizard has stepped back, Søren's going to say, "What are you doing? Just burn this thing!" And he'll take weight.
What's the trigger condition?
When this puppy steps into
That's an
reach.
awfully big puppy.
All right, Denner, sit still.
Well, on the bright side, you're at a +2 to hit because of that. So,
Right.
of its size.
Success.
Let's see. Be that. I failed by 3 on the dodge.
Hey,
Sweet. Fine quality axe. Oh, that's a nice hit.
9. Not a vitals hit.
However, whew, now how do I do that? All right. Okay, good hit. That one is going to, it's going to pace around like it's trying to figure out the best way to eat you. This one just got smacked and does not like this at all and is going to fall back. Now I have to make sure what's its. Ooh, okay, yeah. Yep. And this one is going to step forward and try to bite Jorg. I have my doubts. Success by 4, so possible hit. Defend yourself, sir. Wait, by 3? Yes. Defend yourself, sir.
This did not pick up the parry on my weapon. That's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Feverish, that thing.
I think I can get away with just the, God, the way I've been rolling.
Can you?
By the numbers, I should be okay with just taking a step back.
Never go by the numbers because I know the numbers hate me and I hate them back. Woo! By 0.
Slap him in the face with the spear.
So close.
Well,
So
Kristoff curses under his breath as the direwolf retreats that he had aimed on, but he sees a much closer threat on number 18. So I figure he can change like facing, right? Just 1 hex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to keep the aim, but
Nope.
he's right
no aim.
there.
Not sure
Yeah,
how
he's
to
right
switch
there. There's
my-
probably.
Yeah, you can change
don't-
any facing as long as you're only taking a step. If you're
Why is
doing
he
a move,
plus
then
1
you have
yard?
to pay for it
What's
because you
that?
clicked the wrong button.
I'm trying to I'm trying to change my little arrow direction.
Oh,
Okay. And does that count as my step in this is this like tactical combat? Okay. So basically he's like curses under his breath and
wheels
turns to the
shoots this
side
one.
and shoots at Direwolf 18. So that's a -3 for visibility, correct?
Yes, that's it, I think.
And then a +1
mod.
for the size.
+1 for the size mod. Yep,
And
so
he-
-2.
And he's doing an all-out attack. And I rolled a 7.
Wow, good roll.
Success by 4. That will
Uh,
hit. And then he
I
will take a step
Don't
back.
think it's going to know to dodge that.
Well, I mean, it'll see the arrow coming, but it will be coming rather quickly. So
Yeah, well, in this case, I don't think it's going to know to dodge that. So go ahead and do your damage.
And I rolled a 2 impaling damage.
Okay,
2 minus DR times
that
2.
is not going to get past. Its DR is 2. So does it have a
Oh.
minimum of 1 or?
no.
Now,
All right.
oof, that's disappointing. But he
It'll-
does
Notice
take note.
your Just notice your dice have a different font on them.
Yeah,
I
kind
just
of like
switched my
those
dice.
I like those dice. I thought they were pretty cool looking.
So yeah, I guess he curses again, throws his bow to the ground, and on his next turn he's gonna draw. So next turn.
Did I lose aim when the dire
No.
wolf moved? No.
No, I don't think so. Because you're like, I'm figuring you're like still tracking him as he's moving.
You can still see it.
So I will take a step and aim for a second turn.
Soren's just getting crazy upset. It's like, shoot it! Oh, right. Drury is not stupid enough to go after it. So he's looking around, trying to figure out what he does next.
Okay.
I need a critical fail from you,
Goddamn
please.
time. Here we go. Stab. There, that's better. Just average roll. That's all I want. Just average.
Right. So it tries to jump, but clearly the combination of getting hit, even though it did no damage, from Kristoff caused it to startle. And it's like, ooh, oh, noes. You just stabbed me in the vitals.
Well, let's see if I do more than 2 points. I'll have to do more than 2 points. I got a +3.
That's, whew.
Nice hit. 7 damage, impaling.
Okay.
So 10 possibly.
Oh,
And do you
no,
roll for like a vitals hit?
That's vitals. Yeah, that's a vital strike right there. So, okay, so -5.
15? Oh, -5.
Yeah, because he hit me in the vitals. So it is unconscious. You stabbed it. It's like wobbles. It's gonna like take a couple seconds to wander or wobble or something, and then fall down. I don't have an unconscious thing for four-legged critters.
Wow,
Actually,
guess
I
you
don't
just
have
to
the.
do the.
I don't have the
Do you
new
not have the
ones, do
counters?
I? I don't have the new ones. Damn it. Oh, what is
So
that?
Cern is going to say, "Oh, that's cool."
Remember, if that's a token, though, it's a token.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, no.
You
I'm
can
not gonna do
actually, if you go
You gotta
into the
make it a
map
standard.
mode, you can drop a light down.
that. A what? Who?
A light. You can drop a light on the map. It's one of the
Yeah.
things that you can drop.
Unfortunately, he hasn't been playing with that enough to know how to do it.
So
Next time.
Cern is, you can't take weight and evaluate, can you?
No.
Yeah, so Cern will take weight again, same trigger. He will also be keeping his eye on this one. So he doesn't want to turn his back to that.
Well, you got the fire in between you and it.
And he'll say, "For God's sake, just throw that thing! Burn the dog now!"
Sigmar's case.
Okay.
That's a good hit.
So Queen's actually going to, don't think I want her chasing that thing off into the cave. So she's going to take a step and go all out defense this round.
So you and the other dwarf do shield wall.
Pretty much.
He's like, yeah, it'd been a great idea. I wish I actually had a shield.
Sucker.
Oh,
mini,
so was
my
this,
mini,
that one was unconscious, was it?
yeah.
Okay, well then I would have changed my facing.
Well, at this point, it's probably wobbling, but it's not going to attack anymore, and it's like going to probably like step in. I mean, it doesn't immediately fall down, but I see what but you can probably tell.
It is
oh,
out of
man,
action.
York just went right in there, and it went, and then it looked at him super confused and wobbled around a little bit, and now it's probably going to fall down. 10. Okay, so success by 4. He's gonna lunge forward and try to eat you, but I think that's gonna trigger your weight.
It will.
So I need you to give me a 18 on the die, please.
No. No.
Had to think about it, did you?
Well, the
17.
last time you said I need you to roll an 18, I actually did.
I know, that's why I said it.
I will just stab at this thing. I guess I'll use some extra effort for a mighty blow. And
It's
this
gonna
is
be super
plus
embarrassing
1.
I mean, super embarrassing if Enfys actually misses this roll.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hit.
And a failed dodge. Hey, I haven't been hit yet, so How much damage does Soren do? 1 point of
3.
damage. Good news. Let's see. Yeah, that doesn't mean I can't still try to eat you.
What is it? It's the vitals. The
Chest.
chest. Yes.
So 3 points of damage. That's funny.
But I still think he needs to make a knockdown
yeah.
roll.
But
But it wasn't a major
think-
wound, so
yeah,
it's not at
it's
-5.
-5. It's just regular health. Success by 2. Okay, so that means my bite is going to be at -4 now because I
Mhm.
am shocked in size. So he lunges forward and potentially bites you. Oh yeah, that would have been capped at 9 anyway because of move and attack.
Now you can spend fatigue. You can use extra effort on attacks and defensive options.
That's how I understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only 1 each, technically.
Right, so, but I attacked using extra effort. I can also defend using extra effort. So one
Yep.
once per turn
I think that's right.
for each. Okay, so I'm going to use some extra effort and do a retreating dodge. Didn't need it, but that's a success.
All right. So this thing continue. Let's see. Yeah, he is continuing to sort of slink back away because he's injured. The other one finally falls down. Kristoff is doing as he stated. He is readying his axe. All right, Infus.
Okay, so
Can you
Anthus
do it?
is yeah, he's gonna throw the fireball at this point. So let me clock up these mods before I roll the dice.
You could just roll and see if it matters.
Oh, I like doing the number crunching.
Yeah. What does he like it? +0? Nice choice for the dice. A success
That is
by
a big
1.
fireball. I seriously hope it doesn't dodge.
See. Yeah, that thing is definitely going to try to dodge that. And by 0, I
Darts.
rolled a 9 again.
We're not high enough level to have luck.
Well,
And
you
with that-
definitely caused the startle.
And with that, that'll be a that
Oh,
will,
wait. I have luck. Can I use it to make you roll more dodges? Oh,
No,
dang-
not in that case.
darn.
So what is
Actually, I think you can. We're playing my face-to-face
only
group. We're
only
playing.
if it directly affects them.
Read it again because one of my face-to-face group brought this up, and I went, "Oh shit! I didn't realize that."
Yeah, the deal is it has to directly affect you. So if he were shooting down a helicopter that was about to crash on you guys' heads, then you could use it.
I'll find it.
hang on a second. Your luck only applies to your own success, damage, or reaction rolls, or on outside events that affect you or your whole party, or when you are being attacked, in which case you may make the attacker roll 3 times and take the worst roll.
Yeah, you cannot share luck is the next sentence. So
Oh, that's right.
I
So
tried to
close.
share my luck. I'm sorry.
So that's going to totally streak past them, and we still want to see how much damage it does when it hits the wall over there, just because it's funny. Boom! That would have hurt a lot.
It sure would have.
Okay. Drory is, let's see. So Coppertonic step forward. He's going to step forward. He can't not.
Right. Well, what kind of presence of mind do I have right now? I am a soldier. I know how this works. All right. So 12 is backing off. It's not engaging.
Yeah, it's definitely moving slower than before, and it is, definitely limping because they hit it pretty hard. It
Think,
is at the 1/3 hit point stage.
I think I need to redirect over here to 12 probably, or 10. I mean,
That was a roll out of turn.
I was about to ask what was that? I think I am going to move it into position. I don't know. My luck hasn't been particularly good. Let's we'll go ahead and do the fatigue point heroic charge, which is gonna get me the usual All right, here we go. Yay.
I failed my dodge but
Yay.
4.
I'm going to do the thing again. I will not hit it in the gizzard. I will also not hit it very hard.
All right.
I sort of envisioned Soren giving Enfys the look that Bruce Willis gave the King Laser Ball, and he's like, "Really?"
That's right.
He will be actually fairly vocal about it, and he'll say, "You are fucking kidding me," and then he will actually cut. He'll take a step in and attempt to cut this thing. That'll hit.
All right, and I failed by 2 on the dodge.
Actually, that'll be hit by 0 because of darkness.
Ooh, good solid hit. That's 3. Yep, I think you can take it. You should charge in there.
Sadly, she can't because she only has a move of 4, 6 yards away. So she will continue her take a step, all out defense.
Nope, you
and
missed
wait.
that. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yep.
So no FX. You missed him making the roll and then me making the dodge by 0. All right. Yeah. Let's see. So shock penalties caps at 4. Is that not correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. So the wolf is at -5 total. Yeah, -5 because of the shock penalties between both Soren and York. They stack. Is that correct? Because
Yes.
both of them did 3
think
points.
so.
Okay, yeah. So you both did basically combined 6 points of damage. So caps at 4, size mod 1. So he's at -5 to hit, and he is going to try to bite Soren, and narrowly missed with that fail by 1.
You
Damn it!
probably run
fail
away.
by 2. Fail by 2 actually because I forgot the additional -1 for the lighting.
Okay,
Well, you've got your axe.
I've got my axe ready, and looks like he's going to move. Move 5. 1, 2,
Gonna leave the
Can I-
dwarfs all by themselves.
3,
They're tough.
4,
They can
5.
handle it.
Okay.
How do I change my facing? He's gonna face Direwolf 10. Is it shift?
Shift, isn't it?
Yeah, shift mouse.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you wanted to, you could have gotten there. You could have gone through York's thing. No, seriously, you could have done that, and you could have done the heroic charge thing and actually attack it.
Could I?
Yeah, you can.
I don't know if he's that brave. Is he?
I don't know. Is he?
But
To check the
yeah,
calendar, make sure it's not a holy day.
he is not going to jump in front of everybody and try to be the hero. So he's gonna just move.
Of course.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I guess Jory's over there. It's like, oh, I guess we're doing this then.
Your hand sputters and goes, woo, 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 woo.
Little sparks come out. Well, I guess I'm just going to keep stabbing this thing until it stops or leaves. Leaves is fine. I don't care. I'm not picky.
I don't know. If you don't know how long you're gonna be stuck in here, that's a lot of meat.
Oh, we already got one. I mean, that's more than we need.
Are you sure?
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's a whiff.
All right. We'll step into close
Statistically improbable.
and we'll stab. So light. We'll telegraph as well. So this is going to be at +2. That's a hit.
Even with the telegraph, fail by 1 on the dodge.
No damage. Should actually make the rule set say 1, because the minimum damage on impaling is always 1, isn't it?
I don't think that's true. I think it's crushing that's minimum 1.
Yeah. Or no.
It's one of the two. I
No,
have to
crush-
Why can we
Crushing-
never freaking remember that rule?
Crushing can do 0 damage. I think impaling is minimum 1,
Well, then that's.
but it still doesn't get through DR.
All right. I'm gonna find this and I'm gonna write it down and it's gonna be in the system.
Take a step. Come here, puppy.
It's totally whining now.
I want to do something stupid and do like
All
a
right.
default animal handling roll to see if I can lure it over. It's fine, puppy. It's IQ
I honestly
-5.
won't murder you. Seriously. Okay, this guy next to me might, but I won't.
Sadly, no. He knows what's up.
Yep, my IQ -5.
Yep.
All right. He does not like getting stabbed at from a bunch of this area. He's a little messed up. I need to check his stats again to see if. What does that mean? Give me just a second. Damn, somebody's beating the crap out of their keyboard. All right. Cannot speak high, bound, taboo tray, fix IQ. Okay. What does that one do? I love that. Okay. So I think what this animal is going to do is it's going to take a bite at Soren and then try to start withdrawing. So since that is a move and attack, even though the move is it's an attack and a move, that's going to cap at 9, right?
I don't think so. That's not a move and attack. That's attack and a step back, is it not?
But it's not going to. But that's only if he steps. If he moves more than, like, so for example,
Yes.
if he moves over here, then that would be a move and attack.
That's correct.
All right, so that's what he's going to try to do. Chomp. That is a 10. So since it's capped at 9, that's going to miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so. And that one is moving as well, but it's like trying to run, like over here and then run out that way. Good stuff. What can you do? Something cool? Something not cool?
No, I guess he's out of cool points.
Well, he will definitely probably be aware of this one over there is also moving, but I believe you're kind of sort of the semi-tracker, the outdoorsy dude, although you don't have like animal handling, oddly enough. So he's probably going to recognize that thing's trying to make a run for it too.
Okay.
So hey, you could totally get in the way and do a wait. I'm sure that won't, come back and bite you in the butt.
No, he's he's more like the practical type. So he's like, it's running away. He's not going to be able to reach it. So he's
Okay.
going to take a moment to scan his surroundings, I suppose.
All right.
See what the dwarves were up to, because he knew that Direwolf 12 was over there in the corner. So that's what he's doing.
I don't know. It's pretty dark over there. They might be making out. They might be fighting. They might just be standing there shoulder to shoulder. You know how dwarves are.
Wow.
Okay.
He's like, no.
Yeah, so he's just, battlefield awareness and then just kind of looking around. He still has his axe in the ready. That's the stance.
So Infus is just moving.
Yep.
Okay. You can do it.
I think York is basically going to take up a defensive stance. Well, what is what's 12 doing again? Is he trying to get out of the cave?
He's trying to get out of the cave.
Yeah, I think I'll just try to keep the spear, make it keep its distance. So I'll shuffle over here, I suppose.
Okay, so before you hit advance, is anyone planning on trying to stop the 2 injured wolves from getting out?
Negative.
Copper Tongue
Negative.
is going to spend a fatigue to move an attack on the one that's within move range
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Then I will
So then-
advance.
We will advance. Yep. So Soren can do something crazy if he so desires.
For the curious, this whole minimum damage thing, essentially that's referring to injury. So if something gets through DR, it's already going to be doing at least a point. And if that has a modifier applied to it that is like, say, 0.5, cuts it in half, it's a minimum of 1.
Interesting.
So on the damage roll, you can still roll 0.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Damage versus injury.
So if you're attacking something that has no armor and you roll 0, then it takes no damage.
Yeah. Now, I remember there was something about crushing and exactly 0.
Well, we can look that up later.
Well,
Soren, are you doing something?
Nosh posted something.
Where?
Yeah, if
He
you scroll
posted
up,
a negative modifier can't reduce damage below 0 if the attack does crushing damage, or below 1 if it does any other damage type.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That is also slightly different. Where was that?
That was in campaign on damage rules.
Page number?
CERN will be... He's impulsive and overconfident. I don't
378.
have to be, but I'm going to be.
Do it.
I'm going to
Yep.
be running.
That makes perfect sense because it is not facing you. You will be attacking from the rear.
So I will use a fatigue for the heroic charge. I'll be screaming, making a lot of noise to try and scare this thing. And we'll stab. Telegraphed. I guess I can't actually target the vitals, can I?
Okay, so I did kind of forget to mention that the light or the darkness is not quite as bad where you're at because there's a cave entrance there, and it is a little brighter outside, so it is going to only be like -2, -1, and it's like probably -1 at this point and -2 from where you're at and forward.
Actually, I won't stab. I don't want to get in close, so I will just cut. No, I'll stab. So telegraphed. Yeah, can I deliberately target vitals? It is a
yeah.
it
I
is
don't
a
see
puppy dog.
Why not? Yeah, it's just a really big dog. That's
Alright,
just
so
-3. You
I think
can't
I think
cut,
he's
you
asking
have
if
to
like
go
he would know where the
impale.
vitals are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a big dog.
right. This will be a stab to the vitals. Telegraphed. Just gonna roll and see if it matters. It doesn't matter, so
Nice.
doesn't matter. No damage gets through. If
Can't even-
it keeps running, then CERN's not gonna follow.
Okay, spend a fatigue to move and attack. Margin could
Oh,
Very nice.
okay, so critical hit. Who are you and what have you done with Mel?
Oh, don't worry. It
She's got a
will
beard
be
now,
back.
so
It'll
I'll
be
live it.
back. All right, so is that no dodge?
Yep, I get no dodge. Honestly, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I have like a 5. You also get the
Oh,
critical
max damage.
critical hit table as well.
Ooh,
Let me find it.
Table, double damage.
Piling it on
No
now.
one is-
You're gonna
Yeah,
die.
she is. She's like,
Double-
no, you're not getting away, lunch. Oof. All right, that's gonna be that plus. What am
Times
I
1.5.
That is. Oh yeah, that's right. Damn it, I don't know if I was remembering that for the cutting. That's about right. Damn, that kind of jacked him up. Treated as, yep, that's gonna get some of that's gonna get through. Let's see, where are you at? Big money, big money. Okay, so it's not unconscious, but it's not unconscious yet, but that absolutely hurt a lot. Let me double check something. Arg. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Yep. Okay, so Direwolf 10 has just been attacked from behind. How does a dog react? The first thing a dog does in that case is it jumps and spins around to see what the hell that was. This one is, before it does anything else, it falls unconscious. So, yay, the copper top, just whatever.
Copper top.
Oh, upper top.
Yep, that's a thing now.
Is that because it went below 0?
Ran over. Yeah, he was at negative, and it's like it was planning on trying to run, and it's like, okay, the first thing it has to do is make the health check, and it failed, and bam, it went to 0, or so it's unconscious. It staggers from your grievous injury and decides, no, I'm done, bro. And that probably means it's actually done because, well, you're probably going to kill it afterwards and maybe eat it.
Yep.
Yay. Let's see here.
Infus is like, grumble, grumble, grumble.
I was totally expecting you to shoot like a flame jet at like Soren's behind.
That's typical of wizards.
Um,
Never turn your back on a wizard.
yeah, he's just going to move up into range. That's all he's going to do.
Never turn your back on a drug, especially when it's waving a razor-sharp hunting knife in your eye.
Well, they charged forward like crazy people.
Well, I'm not joining them.
Gonna put your spear blade into the fire.
No. I will give 18 a glance over and make sure it is well and truly not moving anymore. And I
It is
suppose
unconscious, but it's still breathing.
let's fix that.
Roger. Like, oh, this thing's breathing. I don't think I like that, so I'm gonna make it not breathe.
Cern will be emboldened by the fact that there's people coming up to fight this thing. So he's going to step in, making a lot of noise, and attempt to stab this thing.
So his lot of noise is, Papa needs a new coat.
Exactly. I'll do a mighty blow as well. That will be a hit with penalties.
Alrighty, let's see if I can mock you with another 9.
You suck.
I mocked you with another 9.
No way.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
Wow. All right. So gonna finish off the wolf in front of her. So it is 2 expired.
Yep, it is no longer unconscious. It is now deceased. It's an ex-wolf. Okay, so this thing is going to sprint out of the cave. I don't know if anyone can actually catch up to it
Its move?
at this point. According to the thing there, I don't know why it has a move of 9. Because it's a quadruped, maybe?
It probably has
His
its
ground move.
Yeah.
Cern has a move of 8, but he's not going to chase.
Right.
Yeah,
I think
and this is just going to go back to the campfire.
yes. Poor doggies. Okay, so go ahead.
Time to get roasting some direwolf.
Yes. So that's any of the PCs who actually have the survival skill will possibly think, we got a pretty cold storm coming on out there, and these are some pretty big dogs, and we could use them for food.
Cern
Yeah, definitely. Christoph will have that thought.
He'll screw his face up and say, "Are you serious? Eat a wolf? That's like eating a dog, right?"
Yeah, let's just
Sort of.
see how it tastes.
Or like eating a chicken.
Yeah. Copper Tongue is gonna take a quick glance in the other room, make sure we don't have any other surprises.
You will
Falls into a
find
pit.
Yeah.
in the larger area, you will find this definitely looked like it was mostly their den, for lack of a better term. You will see, probably the remains of several orcs who look like, the meat's been pretty picked clean. You can give me a search roll if you wish.
Sure.
Could we also
that's
do
my
search
3.
rolls? Or
Yeah, anybody who wants to meander in there, it's like obviously, unless you bring light in there, it'll be pretty darn dark. So the things that will definitely stand out as you search is obviously the first thing you'll find like a sort of silver bracelet. It looks kind of like a goblin design, so it's not particularly great. Probably decent enough to toss into the thing and melt down for the silver. But,
Silver is silver.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you find is probably slightly more interesting is over here in this corner, because you're seeing some of those runes. You will see what looks like an iron door, but it looks like it has been completely frozen over.
Ooh.
Frozen.
She'll call back. I found a
Yeah, 'cause
door.
it's really, really cold. Looks like a really, really old door.
Yep. So she'll call back to. Hang on just a second.
So it says never mind. This perception -5.
Oh, yeah. Soren's super curious. Yep, gonna look around.
Where's this door?
What are those dice?
I
you're
just went
using
under the
to talk?
dice menu, and then it just has one of the rows is stars and clovers, and I just
Okay.
picked the red ones.
There are a couple
The
of
red.
sets that I have now that I didn't have last time, and it's
And they're
one of
probably
those.
free. I just hadn't noticed the font is so different.
Another one.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
just a couple choices there.
Yeah, I saw those. I wasn't sure which one it was. Okay, so as I stated, those of you who examine the door looks like it has been frozen over. It doesn't look like it's recently frozen. It just looks like it's still cold enough in here to kind of keep the whatever it was that initially froze it over. Well, frozen.
The before we get too far into that, real quick, the orc bodies, did they have anything of, on a casual, superficial, just pat down? Did they have any useful loot or gear?
Nope. It looks like they just poor bastards got jumped and maybe dragged in here. They have some loincloths.
For bandages?
Well, if you dare risk an old loincloth for that.
Oh my god. Is anybody bleeding from any damage, any puncture wounds or claw attack?
Did anybody get hurt?
Think anybody got hurt that bad. I think somebody may have. Actually, I'm not even sure if anybody got hurt.
Copper Tongue took 1 point of damage from a bite.
Yeah, better get that looked at. This is grimdark. You're totally going to die from infection.
Let's see. Rules.
It's a health roll.
People wounded under less than clean circumstances and who do not receive medical treatment or receive treatment must take a health +3 roll. Cool beans.
Would that be considered a disease?
Well, it's infection, yeah. Well,
Okay,
it's
so-
like if
It's bacteria.
if he treats you, then yeah, then that is because it's like and who have not received treatment.
Okay, because she's resistant to disease. So it looks like it's a +8.
Yep, dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could theoretically have him bandage up your 1 point of injury, or just say, go away, leave me alone, and that's fine.
Yeah. She's like engrossed by this door at the moment, so she'll wave off any attempts to do anything. I'm fine.
All right. 1 hit point.
Yeah,
Fine.
well,
Fine. I've only got 2 bandages left, anyways.
let's see. That would be wow. Can she possibly? Well, I was about to say, can she possibly fail this? But we know she can. So you said that's +8.
According to the resistant
Okay.
thing, it
Yeah, that
says
sounds about 8, 9,
plus
10, 11.
8, and then it's got a *1/2. Is that like, what does that mean?
Let me see. Do I have that open?
I know there's 2
I do
levels
have
of
it.
it,
Yeah, there's
Or
more
3.
than 2. I think there's 3 levels.
plus the
of it.
immunity to it.
Yeah, resistance. Yeah, it's just that's the cost. The modifier cost. If someone gets resistant to something and they get immunity, it's like ×1 the cost. +8 to health rolls to resist is ×half. +3 is ×3. Wow, that's going to be a health +11.
So just as long as you don't critically
As
fail.
long as you don't roll an 18, Wow.
Margin critical.
I think
By
you're
18.
fine.
I'm fine.
Clearly looking at the door, it is going to take a while to chip the ice off to where you can even try to open it. Luckily, it sounds like that storm that's setting in is going to take a while. So you'll probably
I
have
got
plenty
an
of time
idea.
to do that.
Invest.
Oh, what is it
And-
now? I'm just trying to lie down and get some warmth here.
Can you light this on fire? It's frozen.
What's frozen?
This door. Don't you want to see what's on the other side?
Rory
Oh,
definitely does. Because
Well,
he's
let's
like,
see
oh,
what
look
we
at
can
these
do."
runes. I'm convinced this is going to lead to the mine.
Soren will mutter under his breath. You'll probably miss.
so Memphis will walk up, and how large is the door in terms of cubic yards?
It's probably large enough to, where you would normally be able to get like a cart through it.
All right. Well, I'm going to cast heat on this thing, but I have no idea how many It's like 1 point for an object up to the size of a fist, 2 for an object up to 1 cubic yard, and 2 per cubic yard for a larger object.
Well, let's see. It's a door.
A
It's
one
a
maybe.
human-sized door.
It'd be less than 1 cubic yard.
All
Right.
right.
1 cubic yard would be 1 full hex, like up and down and left and right.
All right. So I'm going to cast heat on the door until the ice melts away.
Okay. Let's see. I wonder how much that's gonna cost. Okay, say duration is 1 minute. Each minute raises the temperatures or the target's temperature by 20 degrees. Oh wow. Wow. So you could theoretically melt it because maximum temperature possible with this spell is 2,800 degrees.
Yeah, but we wouldn't want to
That's like
irradiate everybody with heat. So I'm just going to warm it up by 20 degrees, and I'll maintain it for another 20 degrees until I see all the ice is melted off. How's that?
Yep. I'm just wondering how close that's going to put. What's your thing at right now?
You know what happens?
Oh, 30. Yeah, you're probably okay.
He heats up the door and it melts
you
the
told me.
ice, but the door expands in place, and now you can't get the door open.
No, it'll be fine. I think it'll probably be fine, as long as he made the roll. So I am presuming that the PCs are relocating to the deeper part of the cave, which is going to provide a bit more protection from the elements as the storm just sort of kicks off in there.
Yeah, I
you-
guess.
Probably be able to find enough sort of stuff in here to burn. It may not smell very good at all, but what are you going to do? And then those of you with survival can probably butcher the critters, maybe cook them, possibly use their pelts down the road.
Alas, but I do not have a knife.
You tell me how many points you want me to spend to melt the ice on the door.
Yeah, let's see. Do I have that written? How much? It is 1 to activate, is that right?
And
1 to activate, 2 for 1. Okay, so it's probably going to be 2 to cover it. Then same cost to maintain. The duration is a minute. Maybe 8 total.
sure. Okay, well, I will continue to maintain that until the ice has melted into a nice pool at the foot of the door.
Okay, so clearly it's going to.
Sounded like you cut out a little bit.
I'm sorry. So that will take some time, and then the butchering of the animals will take some time. So I believe everybody will be able to recover their fatigue, if nothing else, as you're sitting down and resting.
Søren's going to tell a tale as he sees them butchering these wolves. He'll say, I heard a story of a man that ate a wolf in Middenland. And as the story goes, he turned into a werewolf and is now in the Howling Hills. I don't think it's a good idea to eat wolf.
No, Middenheim is really far away.
Middenland. It's like next door neighbor, right?
Well, yeah, but the next door neighbor is a ways away.
I rashly think that's silly and start cooking meat.
Well,
You're welcome to not eat it if you like.
if you start turning into a wolf, a werewolf, I'll not hesitate to stab you.
Oh, yeah. Somebody is going to make something with that head and wait for him to sleep.
What do you mean that head? There are 2. You're gonna put 2 of them next to him, so when he wakes up, there's 2 wolves staring at him.
Yeah, that snout on that ugly face of yours grows bigger, and you're done for.
You talking about the dwarf?
No.
Oi, I'm right
Infis.
here.
Oh my! All right, so yes, it will take a couple hours to get all that stuff down. You will be able to, as stated, rest and recover. Eventually, Enfys is fairly confident that he's gotten most of the ice off of it. And those of you who you can sort of look at the door. You can see this is definitely dwarven construction and manufacture. It's got the cool runes all around there. It's watch the first step, that sort of stuff.
Enfys is going to sit and eat and simply say, I think I need to rest for a little while. Perhaps we just leave things be for this evening.
Aren't you interested in finding out what's on the other side?
Well, yes, but
Could be money.
could wait till the morning.
Ooh, Pete wouldn't hurt.
Choosing to fail his impulsiveness and curiosity, Søren will step forward. He'll say, look, no one touch this door. I'm going to see if it's trapped. These things are often booby-trapped. I'll just make sure that everything is clear.
Yeah, I'm still holding myself in check.
All right, Soren. I believe that's perception-based traps. Up, and I see you sent it in the tower. Good idea. I was not thinking that, and I should have thought of that. So you poke around a little bit. As far as you can tell, there are no traps.
I'll probably take a little extra time because people are like eating and stuff, so only for a +1 or whatever.
And
He's kind of
just totally
impatient.
he's just totally thinking, I don't want to eat that wolf, but damn, that smells really good.
Totally.
I'll wait until everybody's asleep and then sneak a slice or two.
All right.
So you take a little extra time. As far as you can tell, the door is not trapped.
Is there an obvious handle?
Yep. It's a little lower than you would expect, but then this is for a dwarf.
All right, then Søren will grab it and open, or try and open it.
All right. Give me a strength test. Check. Test. There. Oof.
This thing's still a little stuck. Someone want to give me a hand?
Aye.
Well, we can probably get everybody in here.
I was totally expecting somebody to grab one of the skeletal hands from the dead orc and toss it his way. Dead orcs. Dead eaten orcs.
Very funny.
Well, just with the sheer number of people that are available, I suspect you can heave a little bit and pull, and eventually the door will open, revealing a dark ramp that seems to be going down. A wall of cold does sort of like come in, it just sort of hit you. You're like, ooh, whatever is down there is definitely cold or been stuck in the cold for a while.
I bet
But
there's
the
something valuable
ramp
down there.
is like it isn't going straight. It's like sort of like doing a curve. So it's like going straight down, but curving around into a circle as it's going down. And because they're dwarves, there are no handholds.
Well, it's dark.
They don't have safety regulations.
Yeah,
Søren's
because
gonna
they're
say,
short and squat.
it's really dark down there. Does anyone have a lantern?
Do we look like we have a freaking lantern?
We could probably do a makeshift with some of those loincloths and wrap them around.
Actually,
Their
I don't think we
bones.
even have any torches, do we?
Enfys is definitely just staying by the fire, eating. He has no interest to go any further.
And Copper Tongue will kind of poke her head in and give it a good look around. She's mainly looking to see if there's any like writing on the walls that indicates like what this place is.
Dwarves can see in the dark
Exit ramp.
perfectly, right?
Yep.
And that's
Not
is that
perfectly, I don't think.
common
I think they're,
knowledge?
Like at 5.
Yeah, it's night vision 5.
is that common knowledge?
Probably.
Yeah, I suspect it is because in the Empire, dwarves are generally liked a lot. At least they're liked a lot more than the assholes that are elves.
Coppertongue, your lot can see well in the dark. What can you see down there? How far does it go?
She's kind of poking her head in and looking around, looking for writing, looking to see how far it is. She also has acute hearing. I'd like to have her listen to see if she hears anything coming up from
Okay.
wherever it goes.
Then give me a perception test.
Okay, what is acute hearing? 2. Is that a +2?
I believe so, yes.
Well, let's see if it matters.
What do you see?
It does not matter. Success by 6.
Can you hear
Um,
anything?
It seems pretty quiet down there, not in here because everybody keeps asking you questions and wanting to know things. You will hear the usual expected sounds that you would, well, the usual sounds you would expect to hear in like a cave, where it's like you got the steady drip of like of ice melting or something like that on some water. So, but otherwise, it seems really silent down there.
Minecraft cave ambience.
Mm-hmm.
Not that
Christoph is
ambient.
very curious. She's like, we should go check it out. There might be something interesting down there.
We have had a really rough day, and that cave isn't going anywhere.
But what if there's monsters in there?
Ah, come on, where's your sense of adventure? Let's go.
My sense of adventure is at the bottom of this flask. I think I'm gonna go look for it.
Okay, so Copper Tongue will kind of look back at the very apparently tired magic guy, and then Jorg, who just wants to drink, and she'll kind of look back at the tunnel and say, "Fine." And she'll turn and start walking towards the fire, and then I'm going to have her klutz disad kick in, and she's going to like trip over a bone or something and fall flat on her face.
I had completely forgotten she had klutz. I will have to remember that.
And Anfith, because he's known for his inappropriate jokes, will say, maybe you should have fallen onto, what's the other dwarf's? Maybe you should have fallen onto Drory there.
But that's just uncalled for. She'll give you basically whatever the Warhammer equivalent of middle finger is.
And then, because he has some knowledge of dwarven swear words, he'll cuss at, say something mildly inoffensive, but a cuss word in dwarven all the same.
Oh man, I have no way of seeing in the dark, huh? Is there any way to make a torch out of the materials we have on hand?
I suspect.
Well, we got bones and
possible.
rags and stuff.
Yeah, it won't be
'Cause,
a great torch, but
Well, if he can make a torch, Christoph is gonna fail his curiosity roll and his loner roll, and he's tired of being around people, and he's curious, so he doesn't mind going by himself to explore.
and that's the
But
last we ever see of him.
But only if he can make some sort of a light source. Otherwise, he will grudgingly wait.
Søren will pick up a rock and sort of toss it down, see if he can gauge how far it goes down.
Does he have any skills that would let him do that? I suspect not. Sounds like it goes down a long way.
So the rock will bounce and echo their way down.
Yep. So it's remember, it's not that it doesn't go straight down. It's like sort of like a tunnel that curls down with a ramp, because obviously you don't want to have stairs since you're going to be, if you're like going to be like pulling carts or something out.
Plus, it's
That
more
would be-
handicap
that would
accessible.
suck.
The rock
You know-
comes back.
I just totally realized that Ronki has like totally cheated with his dooming, because his dooming is thy last exclamation is love. So it's like, if he's about to die, he just needs to look at a PC and go, "I love you, man."
Nice.
I don't know. You're probably not sure what the day actually is there, Christoph, and neither's the GM. I mean, I have a rough idea. I'd have to look at the calendar thing, but I had scrapped my existing calendar for reasons.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Søren's,
Doran is-
he's totally cool with going with Christoph.
That's the last we ever see of either one of them. So yeah, it's up to the two of you. I mean, you could totally just sort of wait until like everybody else is starting to nod off or doze off, and then the two sneaky pseudo thieves decide, screw this, no, let's go look.
Well, Søren doesn't have any way to see in the dark, so unless we have a light, he's not going to go. But
Neither does Christoph.
he is going to try and use his fast talk to try and convince these guys, yeah, it's better to do this now than later. He's probably not all that convincing.
Yeah. Christoph jumps on the bandwagon.
Look, there could be treasure down there.
Come on, guys. Yeah.
Who knows if those wolves are going to come back? We should go now while we can. Who
should
knows?
set
It
up
might
camp
even
on
be
this
safe.
side.
It may be safer down there. Dwarves made things to last. There could be a whole city down there. Isn't that what
And
Stonebeard said?
and Drory's like, yeah, it could be the ancient mine. It's a platinum mine. They just send all the awesome stuff, and it's super wealthy. And we should totally go down there. I totally used Copper Tongue's greed
Yeah,
for
but,
his greed roll.
There could be any number of demons down there that we've just awoken, and they're rising from their slumbers. So go to your doom if you wish. I'm happy and safe by the fire.
Ah,
I
come
wouldn't
on.
go that far.
What if the dire wolf comes back?
If it comes back, it's gonna come limping back.
And then it's going to see us eating its friends.
They curl up and say, could I have some of Bob, please?
Did you guys just forget that you were in the midst of a very large battle wherein we are the last survivors of it? It was only an hour or so ago.
Right,
Well,
but the
probably a
important
bit
thing
more
is,
than that.
we survived. Maybe this is our destiny.
I'm going to tear off another chunk of meat and start roasting it on the fire. This is really good.
I swear, you start getting any more hairy. Not th- Quit fucking around.
It's gonna happen. It's so gonna happen.
Okay, so it sounds like two of the PCs and the NPCs and the NPC is just like, yeah, let's go down. And everybody else is like, no, hold off. So are the two crazy people going to go off by themselves with possibly with the other dwarf? Or are you going to wait until everybody else finally goes, okay, we've rested, let's go down there?
Well, Søren really wants to, but he can't see, so he's kind of shit out of luck. Actually, let me check my inventory. Yeah.
Can I do
no light.
survival roll to make a makeshift torch out of materials on hand?
Yeah, you could probably do that.
Well, I was gonna say, if you guys are really, really gunning for it, go out in the storm and forage for some torch material.
Honestly, they'll get to the front one and see it's like almost whited out and go, no, I don't remember where that was. Unless they go, no, I'm really interested. I want to do that. But yeah, so you can spend some time. You can probably craft a couple torches. It might be a good idea to just craft multiple torches and then maybe
Yeah,
go
we
down
need
after
torches
everybody
anyway.
rests. Or they go, screw this, we're going off by ourselves.
See ya, losers.
Hey,
That was the
Magic
last we ever
Man,
heard of him.
do you have any spells to deal with the dark?
Nah.
Fireball.
But I can light your torch. Hey, Queenie. I can light Dory's torch for you.
Kind of hard to get past that beard thing.
All right, that's it. She's gonna get up and go try to punch Infus.
Søren will laugh.
That's how the campaign ends, with the TPK and the thing. And it's like the GM sitting there going, wait, what just happened?
No, so they get in this back and forth wrestling match, and they end up rolling down the slope through the door.
So Søren will say, now you've pissed her off. But look, here's a perfectly open escape for you right here. And he'll step aside and sort of gesture to the doorway.
And she totally misses.
And Envis is just laughing, and he falls down on the floor. He falls back, spreads his legs, and says, "I'm all yours, baby.
Oh,
You don't need to beat me to get me."
But you can if you want to.
I need a minute.
I think you broke her.
Oh no, I've got to look something up.
Oh dear. She's looking something up. That's bad.
Good old kick to the groin.
Oh, my lord.
Ooh,
Well, at least it's telegraphed, so
Magic Man, I think that means she likes you.
If I'm lying on my back, can I do anything to dodge this, or do I have to take it?
Your dodge
No,
is
you can
minus
dodge it.
3, I think.
-3.
that's just for the prone, -3, +2 for telegraphed.
Yep.
So -1.
Oh,
Ooh!
Oh, I was like, give me
Wow.
max damage. Come on. Nope.
Wow.
My dice, they have failed me.
Hey, does he have armor?
No.
So that did 0 damage. That provokes a health check.
-5 for males, right?
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
16. Holy cow, dude.
Actually, I don't think it does. You have
Yeah,
to.
it does.
It's a check.
No, that's right. It has to do a shock penalty.
Yeah.
It has to be enough for a shock penalty.
Oh,
So like,
That
so
was
like,
perfect, though.
so like her foot just ends on my unit, and that's kind of where it ends.
And then everybody gets super uncomfortable as they're looking at them going, please stop.
So Enfys will scramble back and say, "Easy now, easy now."
Okay.
You know what that gesture is.
Yes, I certainly do.
And she's going to turn around and say, come on. And she's going to head down the tunnel.
Oh, what a feisty one!
So, how much time did we have to rest while the melting and all that stuff happened and the butchering?
Couple hours.
Okay, so we should have recovered all fatigue then.
Yep, I said that. Okay, so it sounds to me like both of the dwarves and both of the roguely types are like, screw you guys, we're going down the ramp. Possibly leaving the fighter and the wizard who can actually do light.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm sitting right here, gonna rest for a while.
Come on. Come on, you stubborn cow. Or
Oh, you're a
bull.
big boy. You've got the two dwarves. One's a woman, one's a man. I can't tell the difference, but you've got them both.
Oh, I see. I was like wondering about that, and I looked at Enfys's current power tally. I see why. He's like, I don't want to have to open up the what is it, the calamity table.
Well, Christoph and me, we need at least some torches. So that'll take us a bit of time, but as soon as we're done, you should come.
And Enfys will just lie back, stare up at the ceiling.
How long does it take to fashion some torches?
Oh wow. Okay, so I didn't realize how. Well, that recovery rate is gonna kick your butt, isn't there, Enfys?
Pretty much until tomorrow at noon, I think.
Suggested standard recovery is
8 per
8
day.
points per day.
Ugh.
You sort of slipped up though there, Rigel, because you mentioned 30 earlier, so he kind of has an idea. Well, I guess he would have known anyways.
It's actually in the thing where it's like
Oh, it's not secret.
No, the
The corruption is
standard,
secret.
the threshold, the standard threshold is 30 for threshold limited. I'm
Oh, yeah,
kind of
so
looking forward
he
to
could
seeing
manage it.
somebody use the calamity table, though. That could be fun. I may have to adjust it to make it worse. It's not awesome enough. Right. So Enfys is going to like, nope, sorry, I'm not going down there. Jorg, I'm presuming you're like doing the same.
Sorry, say again.
With regards to everybody, the people who are kitting up to descend down the ramp.
Oh, well, I would say York is not in a big hurry. I mean, he's kind of in between the two.
Right.
Are you going dinner?
He'll help with the torches and stuff, but he's not going to try real hard. Right now that bottle is much more important to him.
So it will take at least an hour to get enough material and such like that to basically have like enough torches for at least one per PC as necessary. I just saw her comment. Okay, so we are actually closing in on time. So I think I will probably end up ending it once the group decides, okay, we're going down, and we start heading down. Even if we like go, nope, sorry, Enfys, we're leaving you here for now. And that will probably, unless somebody has something else that they are wanting to try to do temporarily, or not temporarily, before that, I mean, you're making the torches, you're having some food, you're relaxing, you're doing some weird stuff, and then some of you are heading down the ramp
After we got torches.
after you have at least a couple torches. Now, no torches only last like an hour or so.
So I rolled. Did you want us to roll to make them, or are we just gonna assume we make
No,
them?
I don't think you necessarily need to. I mean, you're just making some. It's not that
Torches
difficult.
aren't particularly complicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have
two?
like an orc femur that you have, and you have some loincloths that are wrapped around the orc femur, and that'll be a torch.
Okay, I love it.
All right. Any other questions before
Two.
we end for the evening?
Not
No, it will be
me.
1 character point per session in this, because I'm trying to at least keep everybody relatively lower.
Like to request that you have suckier rolls next time.
I didn't have great rolls. I just had a lot of 9s, which was kind of odd. Okay, well, I guess we'll call it then for that as you begin your descent down the thing. So let me pull up my outro thing. There we go. So if you are watching this or listening to it, I don't know, up to you, and have any comments, questions, complaints, general heckling, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord or YouTube or wherever. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube and our Twitch channels, or don't. I'm not your dad. Anyway, thank you for watching, and Olympus bids you good night.
See ya.
Good night.
Would want to be, yeah.